All right, another update on the Javron supercub being built here at AirTech. I know I mentioned several times that I was going to finish the wings and put them in the cradle and get them out of the way. Well, I finally have did it. They're ready to bolt on. They have cables in them and everything. I've mentioned the wing tips. I've mentioned the different things I did to save weight, the carbon tank covers. One thing, the Keller flaps, or I call them Keller flaps, the stol flaps. I opted to just leave the gold color anodized. I mean, to me, that's just almost like a work of art, and I wasn't going to paint them or anything, so I just left them that color. If I have issues at some point with corrosion or something, I can always paint them. Everybody understands the way these setups work, and I do have the 90 inch instead of the 64, 65 inch, whatever the stock length is. I know that's a weight gain, but that is a weight gain for a stol flap. What I did was I figured what a stock flap covered and painted weighs per foot, and it would only be fair to compare apples to apples. So you can't weigh these long Keller flaps and say they weigh X number more than the stock flap because you're actually using a longer flap. So what I did was figured how much a standard flap weighs per foot and figured as if I was putting a 90-inch flap on. And then I weighed these, including brackets and everything. And for both flaps, comparing them to a 90-inch standard flap was exactly 12 pounds over. I'll take that 12 pounds any day. The wings, I don't remember what the ready finished weight was exact, but they come in with the carbon leading edges, the different things. In the end of the build, I'll have a exact list of everything, of the things I did to save weight. But I'm happy with the way they turned out in the weight, being that they're a long square wing. They are a little heavier than the standard wing, but there is more square footage, which lowers your pounds per square foot when you're trying to fly slow or lift weight. While I'm here finishing up on these, I want to make one mention to the guys that's building experimentals. If you're running a tank that sets in a saddle like a standard supercub, I have seen situations that you would put a rubber gasket type or some type of a chafing material under and over the tank and get it strapped in, and you could end up with a situation that your fuel tank is completely isolated from your grounded system. I like to always go in and weld me a tab to the tank and ground it to the frame. You know, everyone sees the grounds when you pick up fuel at a stop or whatever, and you ground it to your muffler and everything. And I've actually had this happen on not a fire or anything, but on a supercub building the plane. I've actually had situations where I've tested it with a meter and the tanks were actually not grounded because they were solely setting in rubber all the way around. So just a reminder, I like to put that little tab on just to ground. I haven't added the wire to this one, but the wings are pretty well ready to go. I've got the Garmin gear inside the wing for your compass and everything to read on the G3. So that's what I finished up at this point. Thank you.